Guys, I am so happy. I've just done this hair with straighteners. It looks like I've had a blow dry and it's straighteners. I mean, my parting's a little bit off, but I'm so proud of this hair. I feel like I've done well with it. But anyway, I'm going to do an updated makeup tutorial because I have been getting so many requests for it, and you don't know how happy that makes me, because in no way am I a beauty guru or a makeup girly. Well, I guess I am a makeup girly because I do like to try new makeup, but I don't feel like I'm very good compared to most people on here, so it makes my heart happy that you guys want to see my makeup tutorials. But I have got a lot of new products I've been trialing and testing, and I feel like I've got such a nice makeup routine undergo. Wait, that's not what I'm trying to say. I've got a really nice makeup routine on lock, so I'm going to show you everything that I've been using just for my everyday glam. It's not really that glam, it's just my everyday makeup. But I do need to tie this fringe back because I already know that it's gonna start pissing me off. Even though I have just done this hair to film this video, but I can't let my hair get in the way, you know? Let me zoom you in a little. So I'm going to start off on my skin, and the one thing that I have been doing before... Oh, I've already done my brows, by the way. My brows are the same. I feel like this brow routine will stand the test of time. It's the Refi Brow Pencil and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. I do my brows all the time on camera, so I'm not going to bore you with it. The first product I've used already is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. Incredible. And then I'm also going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This is the day cream. So this is the moisturizer I'm using at the minute, and I will always go back to this. I think it's the best moisturizer I've used. It's quite thick, which I like, so it feels really I always do that. It feels really hydrating on my skin. It's also a little bit tacky as well, so anything that you put on top of it, it will just kind of stick to it. So even if I'm not wearing makeup, this is just my go-to everyday moisturizer, and I know it's kind of pricey, but I feel like with moisturizers it's so worth investing in good ones. SPF, absolute must for every day. Even if I'm not leaving my apartment, I will still apply SPF just out of routine so I don't get out of the routine. And I'm currently using the Nivea Sun Triple Protect Factor 50. I'm being extra safe with the Factor 50. I do still use the Super Goop, but sometimes it is just a little bit too glowy, whereas this one, it doesn't have the white cast, but oh my god, I've got that everywhere, but it soaks into your skin so quickly, and it just feels really lightweight on my skin. It doesn't really feel like I'm wearing anything, and it's not greasy. This one's probably the best one I've tried. It does give your skin a little bit of a healthy glow, but just not as much of a glow as the Super Goop. The star of the show, I have been so excited to share this product with you. I have used it on TikTok. I'm going to go in with the MAC Strobe Dewy Skin Tint, and this, I'm going to say it, I'm going to put it out there, this has taken over my Iconic Radiance Booster. I have been using that for the longest time, and this has taken over. It is the most perfect base. It gives your skin just like this incredible glow, but also blurs your skin, and it just makes your skin look perfect, but also like you're not wearing anything. Like, it's genuinely so seamless. I'm using the shade Medium 2 for reference, and I apply this with my hands. I feel like it just goes on so much more natural, and I can really just like press it into my skin. Don't really like the look of like anything on my skin anymore. I like to keep it really minimal, and just like I woke up like this, even though I definitely didn't. I just love this product. It's so good. It just gives your skin a bit of colour as well, especially for this time of year when you feel a little bit pale. It just adds a little bit of colour, a little bit of glow, and just blurs your... Oh, best product. If you're going to buy anything from this makeup tutorial, this should be at the top of the list. Okay, I do need to go and wash my hands though, because otherwise I'm going to get makeup everywhere. Sorry, when I was washing my hands then I was like, Mads, you're speaking so quickly. It's because I'm just excited to film this. I'm sorry. I always get overly excited when I'm talking about new products, so I need to rein it in. I'm going to go in using my favourite concealer. This is the Hourglass. I don't actually know what this is called. It's the Hourglass concealer. It looks like this, and This is the best. I'm such a concealer girl as well. I love trying different concealers, but I've just never used one as good as this, and I use the shade Beach. I've actually just got a new one as well because this one is about to run out, so this will probably be my last time using it. And I just apply that underneath my eyes, and I also just drag it out a little bit as well. I don't like a really bright under eye when I'm doing more of a natural makeup. If I'm going out, then I don't mind, but for every day I just go like one shade lighter, and I'm going to spot conceal with this as well. My skin's been really bad recently and I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's my diet, I don't know whether it's because I have been eating really badly recently. I don't know whether it's hormones. I don't know what it is, but my skin is just very unhappy at the moment. And then I'm just going to take this Pink Honey makeup sponge and blend all of that out. One thing that I do need to do today is clean my makeup brushes. I did want to do it before filming this video, but I didn't have time. But someone needs to keep me accountable because I do not wash my makeup brushes enough. That's probably why I've got spots. This is probably one of my favourite steps and I have no idea why. I just feel like it really brings the skin together, and it's cream bronzer. I'm using the NARS Laguna 3 and I bought this recently. It's so good. It doesn't even look like I've touched it, but it's my favourite cream bronzer at the minute. And I bought a new cream bronzer brush because I was so sick of using this one and having to pinch it and then blend it out. This one's from Morphe and it just works so perfectly to cream bronze. That is too much. Let me disperse that out a little bit. The best thing about cream bronzer is even if you apply too much, you can always end up blending it out. I just find cream products so much more forgiving than powder. I'm just gonna blend that out and just warm up my skin. Look at the difference. Like, this is honestly one of my favourite parts. My makeup routine probably stays the same in winter as well, but I'm really excited for more like summery makeup looks, like really bronzy and glowy and gold, like sun-kissed. Oh, I'm so excited. I can overdo it sometimes, so I'm gonna close the lid and leave that there. I have tried some of the new Beauty Bay liquid blushes. I think this is the one I've already used. But I'm going to try a different colour today because I've really been loving liquid blush. These ones are very pigmented as well. So there's this shade which is like a baby pink colour. There's this one, I think this is the one I've used, which is like a hot pink. And then there's this one which is more like peachy. I think I'm going to use the peachy one. If you saw the TikTok where I applied this, it applies so bright but it blends out really nicely. So I'm just going to apply that on my cheeks. And I also like to apply a little bit on my nose as well, just to give that sun-kissed look. I'm going to try and keep it a bit brighter today because I did blend it out a little bit too much in the TikTok. But I do want quite a strong blush today. Not that strong. But this is what this is here for. You just keep going over. This formula as well is really, really pretty. I don't really like a shimmery liquid blush. I like it matte and then I like to add my own highlight on top. But look, it just blends out so well when you use a brush and a beauty blender. See, that for me is literally perfect. That was such a nice shade as well. Let me get the name. This was Reef. Coral Reef. But now I'm going to set all of this down using the Laura Mercier powder. I feel like this is never ending. I've literally not even probably used half of this. It's so big. This is life-changing, by the way. Like, if you're not using a powder puff yet, you must. Like, it just makes everything look so smooth. I feel the way I felt when I first started using beauty blenders. Like, I remember using a beauty blender for the first time. Like, what did I do before using these? That's how I feel about these now. Like, what did I do before a powder puff? And I just like to set anywhere that I've put the concealer. I have tried to contour my nose with creams, but I can never do it. Honestly, I have tried so many times with so many different products and it just doesn't look good for me. So I always use a powder. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty, I think this is like the Face and Eye Sunstalker, and I just use this shade to contour my nose. You can obviously skip this step if you want to, but contouring my nose is a daily routine for me. Like, I can't not do it. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of the Refi highlighter. This is probably my favourite highlighter of all time. I don't know how Jess did it, but she really did something with this highlighter. Like, there's nothing on the market like this highlight. And I just apply it with a sponge, and this even goes nicely over powder. Like, you can use it over creams, over powders, on its own. And if you haven't got the body one as well, you need both. Like, they're insane. I know when I'm in the sun, that is going to look insane. Like, that is going to break some necks when I'm wearing that on my body. For my eyes, I really don't do too much. I'm just going to use my MAC bronzer. This is in the shade Give Me Sun. Very well loved. I have been loving this bronzer probably as long as I've been on YouTube. So I just take that on a big fluffy brush. I'm just going to warm up my crease with this. I'm really not going to do any kind of like eye look. I just warm up my crease. I'm so sorry if this is boring. I feel like I do the same thing on my eyes all the time. I just like to wing that out slightly. I like the look of a lifted eye. One thing I'm definitely not with the bronzer is precise. I literally just like buff this everywhere just to kind of make it match the rest of my face, if anything. And then I'm going to take a really thin like shader brush and then I'm going to take the brown shade from the Sunstalker palette, and I'm going to do a mini half wing. So I'm just going to do it in the outer corner. I don't touch the inner part of my eye. I just do a really thin, as thin as possible liner. I think brown looks much prettier as well. It's so much softer than using black. It always baffles me how quickly I can do my liner now. It used to take me hours. Then I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and I cannot stress the importance of a good pair of eyelash curlers. These are from Tweezerman, and these are the best ones I've ever used. But I've used some before, like these ones. Have I still got them? Oh, they've fallen on the floor, can't be asked. They used to like touch here, so when I clamped them, they used to touch. They can't touch because they're not going to curl your lashes as well as you would want them to. So invest in a good pair of lash curlers. I swear, it's so worth it. And I just clamp down on my lashes, give them a little pulse, and it makes the world of difference before doing your mascara. Also, this mascara, best ever. Ever, ever, ever. It's the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. And it's the best. I don't have to mix my mascaras because I know a lot of people like do 2 or 3. This on its own, incredible. Like the best. Especially when you've already curled your lashes. I also like the waterproof one because it keeps the hold of the curl. But I like to go back and forth. So I'll do one eye, I'll coat the other, and then I'll go in with like 2 or 3 coats. And lashes are the one thing that I really don't mind taking my time on. I could probably spend a good like 5 minutes just coating my lashes. And I'm also going to apply a little bit on my bottom lashes, which I stopped doing for a while, but I just think it makes your eyes look so much more awake and pretty. Sometimes I do apply a waterline liner, but I'm not going to do that today because I kind of like how fresh this looks. But I'm going to move on to my lips, and where's it gone? I do have a new lip liner that I've now lost. Literally everything is falling on the floor today. I always use Morphe lip liners, but this one's a different shade. This one, I usually use Sweet Tea, but this one's in the shade Sugar Pie. I just kind of fancied a change. So I stocked up on quite a few Morphe lip liners and bought this one. I'm going to try it. It's like it's not far off Sweet Tea. I'd say it's a little bit more pinky. No way. This is pretty. Like, I've been waffling so much that my camera just died. Well, this lip liner, so gorgeous. It's not as brown as Sweet Tea. It's a little bit more like a brownie pink. So it's probably better for like an everyday makeup, but I highly recommend this, Sugar Pie. I like that name as well. And then I'm going to use my everyday lipstick, which is Yash by MAC. I've literally got that much left. It's my favourite. And am I going to do a gloss today? Sometimes I do a gloss, sometimes I'm not really feeling it. I think I'm going to keep it matte today. And I'm going to use the Morphe Coconut Bliss Mist setting spray thing. I have this weird thing for coconut at the minute. Anything coconut flavoured or scented or just anything coconut, I'm obsessed with. And that is my current makeup routine and I love it. I do this literally every single day and without fail I will walk into the living room and my boyfriend will be like, wow, every time. My fake blow dryers also started dropping out, so that's really good, but this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to link all the products down below so you guys can shop as well because I always forget to do that, but I promise I will do it this time. But thank you guys for watching. I love you all so much and I'll see you in the next video.